Hey guys, Taylor here with Vannon, and we are here at San Juan Capistrano at the Adventure Van Expo. We are connected next to Agile Off Road, and we've been able to showcase a van that we actually built for them 2 years ago, a Lite Series. I think this is a great opportunity for us to show you the van after 2 years of use and abuse. Let's get into it. When they came to us, they wanted a really minimalistic build. They started out with a cargo van, no windows, nothing. This was a metal tin can. In doing so, we suggested going with the Lite Series, which is a very minimalistic build, but it has all the creature comforts that you would expect in a full build out. Essentially, they had water, power, and the ability to have a refrigerator of sorts just to have cold beverages. The power system we went with was a 5 kilowatt EcoFlow system housed inside this box. EcoFlow power system should essentially sustain all the power needs of the refrigerator, your lights, and all your outlets for charging. You're getting all the benefits of a full, large power system. It's charged off your alternator, shore power, and solar. Like I said, we wanted to keep this build as minimal as possible, especially when it came to weight. Walls, cabinets, all the fixtures are either aluminum or composite. These are our most minimal cabinets. Essentially, it's just an exoskeleton with a net. There's a lot of storage inside here. With two of them side by side, we're going front to back in the van. Kind of a signature thing we do in all of our vans is LED track lighting throughout the ceilings. Gives a nice even illumination throughout the whole van. And it also just kind of looks cool. As for the ceiling material, it's an EVA foam that we've been using since day one, since 2017. Feels really nice. It's great for sound, moisture. It's just kind of a go-to that we've been doing for years. Up here is your control panel for both your environment with your heater, your S-Bar heater controller right here. Also is your EcoFlow touchscreen. Allows you to monitor the power coming in and going out. You're able to control the difference of charging between your alternator charging, solar, and shore power. When we use the term Lite Series, what we're really referring to is our lower boxes and the power system and water system, what's housing them. These are composite housings that support all of your utilities. The cool thing about it is we're able to build out the whole electrical and power system out of the van and assemble it and then mount the whole unit in the vehicle, keeping it lightweight and serviceable. In the back of the van here is your shower and hydro system. You also have the fill. So that back here is where you'd fill up the tank, you turn on your pump, you got your heater, your mixer, and all the functionality of a full shower system out the back of the van. On the passenger side, it's essentially just a storage box. It's good for recovery gear and anything for your adventures. Down low on the floor, we've incorporated L-track, great for tie downs. For the trade show, we threw in some Freedom Coast mounts, put in a bike showing how the space is used and the possibilities. Working our way up is the Radius Van storage loft. This thing's awesome. It's mounted onto our flight deck, which is essentially what we call our bed system. It's a 3-panel bed system that can be taken in and out. There's just thumb bolts for each panel. No tools needed. Up on top of the flight deck is our mattress. It's a 5-inch thick engineered mattress pad made by Roam Rest. It's 75 by 65, allowing you to sleep front to back. Super comfortable, soft, yet supportive. Up in the cab zone, they went with the CVC rear seat, which accommodates the Lagoon table mount really well. Rotate the front seats and you've got a cool little hangout zone, playing cards, eating dinner, remote working. They've accessorized this van really nicely with a bunch of our soft storage. Cup holders down below the seats, our trash can, wall pouches, large baskets on the back side of the upper cabinets. With all the accessories, this thing's just super dialed and super functional. Now that we've gone through the full interior, I want to pass the torch over to John at Agile, and he's going to give you a tour of all the exterior components.
Hey, John with Agile Off Road, and this is our 23 all-wheel drive Sprinter. It's been a really, really great build, but I want to highlight some of the things that we've done to make it unique to us. We're big off-road guys, so we wanted to make it a lot more capable off-road. And the lightweight of this rig just makes this thing amazing off-road. It's been one of the biggest benefits that we've seen. So this has our Fox Factory Race Series shocks on there, which actually have a softer ride height balance in it. And then when you really go after it in the bumps, it transitions into a firmer bump, and also top out zone or catch zone. So the suspension works really, really well. It's got our onboard air on it, and along with the onboard air, we've got our lockers. So maximum traction, all-wheel drive. We do have a recovery winch. This is our Telluride bumper, and along with that, we've got our Ferrata light bar. You also notice on the Telluride, we've got this radius in there that allows you to run your soft shackles in there. So you can put your soft shackle right in there. You don't need your heavy D shackle. So all of our exterior lighting is Baja Designs, and all the exterior lighting we've got handled through our Switch Pro, mounted up on the really convenient spot up by the rear view mirror. So along the side, we want maximum clearance. So we're running the amp steps. So when those retract up, you've got maximum ground clearance underneath. And then when you're sitting at camp, you can have this thing deployed, super easy to get in and out of. Let's take a closer look at the factory race series. These do have the new VBC dual compression control. So we've got compression control. We have both high speed, which is this one here. There's 7 speeds to that. And then we also have low speed. So the difference between your low and your high speed is not necessarily the speed of the vehicle, but it's the speed of the shaft going up and down. So where you want to tighten up your low speed would say, well, like wallering in and out of driveways or on a nice smooth country road, you want a little bit more of a balanced ride there, you can increase that low speed control. For your high speed, that's going to be impacts off-road or even on-road, like potholes, things like that. So if you want to soften up the pothole, you just go in there and you can back that off, or if you want to tighten it up. Okay, so this is our XD overland wheel. There's 2 versions. We have an HD and an XD. HD just has a different pattern. XD is a little bit more elegant looking, kind of styled after more like a street car in a way, but we'll enable you 2 valve stems. So we have a fast inflate valve here. This enables you to inflate the tire much faster. And then this is the best thing you'll ever see. This is the quick deflate. So all you do is you pull this lever right here, and you'll deflate your tire down in like seconds instead of minutes. And real simple, you just snap a gauge onto here, you pull this, you watch it go down to the tire pressure you want, you're done. This is the 285/75/17, and to clear that, we have to do a little bit of modifications on the inside, but mainly this right here. This is our no rub fender. No rub fenders just bolt right on. And also to eliminate clearance on this one, we've kept the mud flap off. Just you see there's a nice little mud flap here. Kind of gives you a little bit to keep the side of the vehicle clean. So some of the other features of the factory race series RIP is we're installing the double shear in the back, which is the upper and the lower mount. Upper mount's going to put this bolt in double shear, also strengthens this part of the frame. Again, we've got our factory race series shock in the rear with our dual compression, low speed and high speed, as well an internal bypass. So we have a soft zone in here at ride height where they'll be a lot more compliant going down the road. Again, being a light van, we don't need a lot of control when we're driving down the highway. But yet when we get after it in the bumps, we want it to kick in and hit this compression zone or this rebound zone. And then you can see our rear spring. We do eliminate the factory rear spacer, which is down here between the axle and the leaf. So we're taking the high heels out of this van and we're putting more into flat. So it'll get much better cornering on and off road. So one of the overlooked things is the clearance of the rear tire in there. Again, we've got our 285/75/17 back here. You want to cut this little corner right here, which we do at the shop. And then we seal that back up with some nice paint. And then the main thing we do is we move this whole fender, this mud flap back. You can kind of see where there's like a little bit of a gap. Normally this mud flap actually sits in front here and comes down so it's rubbing on the tire. We move this whole section back, make it look nice and clean and factory. So for additional storage, even though we've got great storage inside, we want a little bit more additional storage in the back. We've chosen the big box from Illuminous. This allows us to carry a 5-gallon propane tank inside. We've also got this mounted to our ORD plate. ORD plate bolts in, and when you swing this open, you're gonna notice that the stops actually come in contact here instead of coming in contact with the rack, which will push the rack off. We're actually utilizing the factory stops. And then simple tire carrier on this side, really nice and simple. We want it lightweight, easy tire to get to. And then for maximum clearance down below, this is our step. This is a big improvement for us off-road. A lot of the things we do off-road, we want to maximize the clearance in the back, and we've attached this up to the hitch. So we actually have a rear skid plate in here, so when we do hit it, we're not catching on the hitch and stopping the vehicle, it'll just slide right over it. And then we've integrated some Baja Design lights in here. Those Baja Design lights can be integrated through the Switch Pro, so they'll come on when you pop this into reverse, or they'll come on separately on the switch on the dash. So that's a look at what we've done to the rig. The guys at Vannon, they killed it on this rig. We love it. It's, like I said, it's a Swiss Army knife around the shop. We'll pick up gear in it, like, you know, supplies, things like that when we need to. But ultimately, it's just the ultimate adventure vehicle. Whether you're going down to the beach, going to the mountains, going to the desert, it really, really does great. So appreciate it, guys. Thanks. Cheers. Happy trails.